the B&T APC K model. These are typically available over at Shooting Surplus. They'll even carry the APC 9, they'll carry the 45, so check for availability because these things do go fast. So I've done a lot with the B&T APC 9, and then I got this K model. One of the things that I like about the K model is you can see how small this is. You have a lot of different varieties of rear stocks. This one just happens to be the military one. They have just back plates for these things. There's a lot of parts that are out on the market for you to configure your gun the way you want to. I went with the 3-lug adapter. When you get this in the box, they leave it off. So if you wanted to put a muzzle brake on here, you could. You could also thread a can on. For me, I like the 3-lug adapter because most of the time, for me, this is a dedicated suppressor gun. And the reason is because it is so small with the can on it. So I can keep the can on it in a Vertex bag in my truck and then pull it out and not even have to worry about being ear safe. It's gonna be close enough. I'm gonna be able to shoot and not have to worry about loud noises, right? So for me, I like the 3-lug adapter. The 3-lug adapter also gives you a little bit of extra hand room right here in the event you slip past. One of the things that we have to be careful about nowadays is your hand placement. And the reason why is we're used to running so much rail when we shoot ARs, and now we're going back to the subgun, which means we're kind of coming back in on the mag well, and our hand positions change a little bit. So that 3-lug adapter gives me a little bit of extra breathing room for me placing my hand in the wrong positions. They have a hand stop out on the front, but again, you could miss it under stress. So just something to be mindful of in this arena. When you look at the stance on this gun, it's really small. I'll compare it to this is a Glock 19 by Zevtech. It has a comp on it, so it's about the size of a Glock 34. And when you look at the two, this is what you have right here. So when you bring it right to the back, and you look at it from this angle, again, it's just a little bit bigger. And for packability, church security, anybody doing any type of PSD work, I think this size is a great option because the bags that I know Vertex have, they're so small, you would never even once think that you have a shoulder fire weapon in that bag. You could just throw it over your shoulder, walk in, walk out, and the way they're doing some of the bags by a lot of these companies nowadays, they're really slick. I happen to have a Aimpoint T2 and a Geissele mount on here. I know I don't have any backup iron sights. Obviously, I'm taking that risk. I'm looking at quality, durability, reliability, and if I have to change the battery out in this thing, then I don't have to worry about my zero being affected. So for me, that's why I'm running the T2 on this particular gun, and I'm risking it without irons. You can put irons on here. They send them in the box. It's just something that real estate wise, I'm not really worried about. The lower that I have on this gun is a Glock lower. One, I like the way the angle is, especially when we're having to kind of choke up on the gun to begin with. I feel like the one that goes straight just puts my hand at an angle I really don't care for. I mean, I could still shoot, I can still use it. It's just I prefer this angle that the Glock lower has. Now, this is all B&T. We have a magazine release right here on the right-hand side, along with bolt lock and bolt release. Ambidextrous charging handles right here, non-reciprocating, which makes it really nice, especially considering that your hand's probably in this position, and that would cause a major issue if it wasn't. This right here, magazine release on the left side, bolt lock, bolt release on the right side as well, as you can see, and then that holds the bolt open. I can flick that, and then the bolt goes into a forward position. The trigger, somewhat, in my opinion, of a 2-stage, and it's probably one of the nicest foreign 2-stages that are out on the market, I think. And when I look at that, I look at it from a foreign perspective, meaning most foreign guns don't have a trigger that is this good. It allows me to shoot the gun a lot more accurately, so I'm glad they put some time into the trigger. When we look at the Glock lower receiver, one of the things that I like is I'm typically carrying my handgun in a tier 1 concealed holster, which means I'm also carrying spare ammunition. I typically will carry a Magpul 21 round magazine, and what's nice is in the event that I am using this, then I can feed right from my holster to feed this particular platform. So again, that's another reason why I like running the Glock lower in conjunction with what I'm already carrying. I might as well have the same type of ammo that would work in this gun that works in my handgun, and then have that as an option for a little bit more flexibility.